Welcome, everyone, to the AgBull podcast, AgBull Media. This is Jed Sidwell, the new co-host of AgBull Media. Have the reins in my hand for the first time tonight. And boy, I think we have a treat for you. We have Mr. Trevor Johnson, a longtime friend of mine. He and his family run Sleepy Hollow Farms. They got something pretty special coming up. They got their bull sale on March 13th. Man, let's add Trev to the show. Mr. Johnson, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing very well. Just glad to be with you, Jed. Thanks for the invite.
Well, we're certainly excited to have you on. You want to go ahead and tell us where you guys are located and tell us what kind of operation you have and what's all going on.
Yeah, absolutely. So I just graduated from Kansas State here coming on 2 years ago and have since returned to my family's registered cattle operation. We live a half hour south of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Centerville would be the hometown where we're located. And we operate a registered Hereford, Angus, and Simmental operation. And as Jed mentioned, we've actually got our annual bull sale coming up here in just about a little over 2 weeks. It'll be Friday, March 13th there at the farm. So it's been an exciting time. Obviously, incredible cattle market and just interesting times to have come out of college and be back on the family operation. But we've had some exciting growth opportunities, and this set of bulls that we're going to offer up here in a couple of weeks is definitely our best one to date. And so things feel like they're clicking right along, and we're just excited. So
nice. Man, I flipped through the catalog, Trevor, and kind of went through them, and man, they're impressive. And we'll get to them here in a bit. What are you guys kind of focusing on in 2026, and what you guys are raising, and kind of in relation to what's going on in the world, what's going on in the market? What's your guys' view right now?
So as far as, breeding philosophies, I guess to back up just a little more history on the operation. So where we sit today, I would be the sixth generation back around this area where my family homesteaded. But as far as the registered cows go, mom and dad started that deal from scratch here about 25 years ago. And my brother and I would be the second generation kind of stepping in and working into the purebred side of the operation. But our breeding philosophies really haven't changed much in that 25 years. We really strive to build, kind of balanced, practical cattle that can go out and work in a lot of operations. Mom and dad really bootstrapped the cowherd, and built it from the ground up, just the two of them. And so, coming from humble beginnings, those cattle had to, they had to breed up, they had to have some longevity, they had to calve easy, be incredibly docile. But then alongside that, we haven't strayed from, the need to play into the real world and the commercial side of the business too, and still have some performance and growth and carcass quality. So as far as the breeding strategies, that's kind of what we're looking at. And, it maybe sounds cliche, but those are the fundamentals that we feel like, regardless of what side of the cow-calf business you're in, those are pretty economically relevant traits. So that's what we really try to hone in on, and every year just continue to improve the quality of the bulls as well.
Right. Yeah. It's evident in your guys' pictures and what I've seen being to your place and the cows that you have there. We talked to Mr. Mike Sands earlier today on our Fat Tuesday show about how, now these days the cattle are better than they ever have been, and we're growing them to higher weights, which is awesome. But we still got to keep them pretty safe calving, right? If we're going to push them to these high weights, and man, flip through that catalog, you see a lot of safe calving, kind of useful kind of bulls that still come with the right kind of performance.
Yeah, and to that note, when you look at the industry, and like you mentioned, we're pushing these cattle to record large, outweights at the feed yard, and consequently, you're seeing it in the carcass weights as well. That's something we really try to work on is, really, really good footed cattle that have longevity and structural integrity, whether it's mama cows or bulls running out on, the deserts of Southwest Kansas, or these 1,800-pound mammoths that we're feeding in Iowa and Minnesota and stuff like that. These cattle just really need some doability and some structural integrity. And so that's something we've really tried to incorporate into the breeding strategy as well.
Right. I mean, we got to build them right from the ground up, and that's very evident in this set. Well, we'll go ahead and roll into some of these bulls, I think, Trevor. Let's go ahead and we'll start with this first set of Sleepy Top Guns, lots 3, 4, 5, and 6. Man, what an impressive sire group there.
Yeah, these Top Guns, that's a new sire group that we actually just used this year. And, I think these cattle really just clicked in terms of, having some real true muscle and genuine shape and some carcass quality. Especially when you get out in the pen, though, they're not just muscle and carcass. These cattle are good built and flexible and are going to be able to get out and cover some country. So definitely an exciting sire group, and one that we're looking forward to see how they're received on sale day.
Right. And I think they'll be received real well, Trevor. And something I forgot to bring up, if you're listening on Spotify to this podcast, hop on over to YouTube so that way you can see the pictures and catalog snippets we have up, or you can just go to Trevor's Facebook at Sleepy Hollow Farms and click on their catalog there. Let's roll on to these Herefords here, Trev. The final prints, lots 33, 34, 35, and 36. We got a picture of your pup on there too.
Yeah, that's Ralph down in the corner, my fiance and I's little puppy. We sure love him. But now getting back to the bulls, the final prints, as far as the Hereford offering and what we're trying to do there, a lot of our Hereford customers are looking to both make replacement heifers as well as feeder calves. And I think these final prints really kind of click the ticket there. They've got some maternal power behind them. They're backed by good cow families. And those are going to be some easy doing, long lasting females out of those bulls, but also, have the growth and the performance to go along with that and make hopefully a ripping set of feeder calves for somebody and ultimately go on and do good things at the feed yard as well.
Right. Tommy's throwing us up a little pop-up there. I don't think the dog's for sale. I think he'd be what you'd call invaluable, but I think everyone has their price, right, Trevor?
Everything's for sale for a price, but I don't think you're going to slide it past my fiance.
Yeah, I think you get to buy the farm or you get to buy the dog, and they're about similar in value.
Right.
Man, good set of Herefords, though, and what I kind of noticed from top to bottom as a Colorado guy, man, their pigment is pretty on point there, Trev.
It is. And one other thing I'd like to mention, if for those people watching, online, you'll notice the Sleepy BT prefix. That's actually something pretty exciting that happened in the year 2025. We actually had the opportunity to purchase some longtime family friend and mentors, Hereford cowherd. And so the Reppening family from Mitchell, South Dakota, Blacktop Farms. So a lot of these final print sons that you see listed on the screen would actually be those that we purchased from the Reppening family. And so we were very honored to be able to work with them and purchase that cowherd, and looking forward to carrying on the legacy that they built.
Awesome, man. I really liked this set of calves, and I'm interested to see what they do on sale day. Well, we've gone through some of the groups now. Me and Sarah, Trevor's fiance, kind of went through and picked out some of our favorites to show you guys. This Angus bull, lot 11, he caught my eye immediately. Stout rascal. It looks real good footed. And man, you look at his genetic script there. That's pretty unique.
Yeah, this is one that when you just envision an awesome cow bull to turn out on a set of mature cows, this guy is kind of what I envision. These step ups, they're just big, growthy, cow man kind of bulls. Obviously a little extra birth weight here with this one, but I think it's more than made up with his added performance and growth and power and muscle, and still doesn't sacrifice, the structural integrity and the foot quality that we're really striving to build. So of the Angus lineup, he's definitely a highlight.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, flipping through the catalog, he catches your eye, but man, there's a bunch like him, I think, that kind of come with his power and performance and growth. But if you need one that comes with a little more birth weight, there are those Angus bulls in this set, Trevor, that I saw some real safe calving ones in there.
Exactly.
Awesome. Well, let's roll on to this Hereford, lot 27, Sleepy Time BT, Genesis 5615. I thought if you're a show cattle guy, you like his pictures, and then you look at his numbers, and man, that one's pretty good.
Yeah, I think obviously Genesis would be, I'm not going to call it a throwback pedigree, but kind of a unique pedigree in today's world. And I think, like you said, from the side and just phenotype wise, that bull is awesome. He's so good built. He's good footed. Obviously we don't have his video up today, but he moves incredibly well. That bull is, he's big and deep bodied and stout and big hipped, and has, a moderate birth weight, the growth, the ribeye area. He's just kind of a total package here again.
Absolutely. I think he's a kind that works for a lot of people. Rounding off our individuals, we haven't brought up the semi set of cattle yet, but this guy's the very last lot in the sale. And man, we were talking about how this guy kind of showed himself off there when you guys got him in the picture pen. Looks like a pretty impressive one to me.
Yeah, the Simmentals would be a newer deal in our program as of the last couple of years. And really what it stems from is, customers maybe running a set of baldy cows or something like that, and really looking to capitalize on, an additional shot of heterosis, and maybe looking for a three-way cross, or, going on a set of Angus-based cows and just trying to power them up. And so, I mean, this guy does all of that. I mean, like the bulls we've talked about earlier, he checks the boxes from a fundamental standpoint, good footed, good built, big hip, soft made, and still has all that extra look and pounds and performance. So be looking for him on sale day as well.
Yeah, I think his kind just kind of immediately hits you as a good doing, practical kind of cattle. I mean, just we talk about slot judging them sometimes, and I think he fills that slot kind of to a T.
Agreed. And his kind is really what we're striving to build here. Just maybe doesn't do anything in terms of the extremes, but does all of the fundamentals so well and doesn't lack the extras. When we're thinking about what we're trying to breed and make in terms of cattle, like he kind of fits that bill.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a very good kind there. Well, I think that has all of the cattle that we have to talk about this evening, Trevor. That sale should be fun. Trevor is actually a subscriber to the AgBull podcast and AgBull Intel. Trevor, you want to talk about kind of how you utilize some of those programs?
Yeah, so I've been subscribed here for a little bit, and one of the big things I really like are, throughout the day, all the texts from Tommy and Jed and the rest of the crew as far as what's going on in the markets. It's a pretty easy way to stay abreast of what's happening in the world and what's driving the markets. And so from a day-to-day, just what I really enjoy, I've enjoyed the texts and the benefits that that's brought. And then as far as, the intel and the videos, I think the crew does a really good job of getting, knowledgeable people on there that really see things from a 30,000 foot view. And I think they bring it in a concise package as well. It's easy to listen to, easy to follow. just really good for a guy like me that's out here doing the deal.
Well, that's high praise, Trev. I really appreciate it. Yeah, bringing on high quality people is something we really try to do. Like you yourself, Mr. Johnson. I knew once we kind of had the opportunity to bring on some folks, you were one of the first people I wanted to have because I think your insight is exceptional. But if you guys as well want to be a subscriber, I highly recommend joining us. It's $25 a month or $250 annual. You get text updates, emails, insight, and then you also get to call a broker whenever you would like. Pretty unique opportunity there. But man, let's get back to the bulls, Trevor. What's kind of some closing remarks you have to say? Where can we find you? What's the sale going to be on? All that good stuff.
Absolutely, Jed. So if you want to follow along, like you might have seen on here, our Facebook page is Sleepy Hollow Farms, Hereford and Angus. That's how you can follow us online. My phone number is 605-212-4977. Feel free to reach out anytime. If you have questions, call me, text me, Snapchat, whatever is easiest for you. Message us on Facebook. As far as viewing the sale, it will be live on DV Auction there on Friday night, Friday, March 13th at 6 p.m. So we do offer remote bidding for that as well. So if you guys would like to reach out with questions on the offering or request a catalog, there's multiple ways to get a hold of us.
Awesome. I'm sure it's going to be a really fun set to watch sell. Trevor, thanks for coming on. It's been a pleasure having you on the show this evening. Folks, if you want to get a hold of Trevor, follow him on Facebook or call him at his phone number that he gave just a little while ago. You guys have a good evening. Trevor, thanks for coming on.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jed.